it's me, Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK and working across the UK, France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands. Welcome to Simple Stamping Saturday. I know this is one of my favourite times of the week and I think it might be one of yours as well. So let me show you what we're making today. I'm using the Sweet Farewell stamp set, which is in the annual catalogue, and it's retiring, but it's discounted. So if you want to get it, you know what to do. Place that order while it's still available. This is what we're going to make, and of course, because it's Simple Stamping Saturday, I have stamped the envelope ready to go. So let me grab my white note card and envelope. I've got all of my stamps mounted, ready to go. So all I need to do is ink them up and get started. So I'm going to start with the suitcase. That's the word. Right, so here is my middle line. So let's, don't really want to put this down under my face because then you won't be able to see it. I can put it down under my face now, because it doesn't matter if you see it when it's not being used. So this one is just going down in the bottom left hand corner. Now I have recently re-inked my Memento because I suddenly realized it was actually getting quite dry. I don't know why. Well, I suppose I do use it quite a lot, but we haven't had particularly warm weather. But every now and again, sorry, I've just realized I'm doing exactly what I said I wasn't going to do, and ink underneath my face. Now this I'm going to put at a bit of an angle, just so that it sort of nestles in between those two, so the camera and the suitcase. And then we're going to have Bon Voyage at the top, because certainly in the UK we can travel again. So things are hopefully going to get back to normal very soon. I've just realised that I haven't put my top light on, but I think it's light enough in here anyway, so we should be fine. Right, so that's all the stamping. Oh no, I need to do the envelope. So I want the paper aeroplane to be in the bottom left hand corner, just sort of flying in from the side like that. So there we go. Bottom left hand corner, little aeroplane. Certainly in the UK we put our stamps in the top right. I would be tempted to avoid stamping anything in the top of your envelope. The back is open season, and I think the bottom is reasonably okay, but I would avoid the top because I know a lot of the machinery now works automatically, and if it sees something that's not a stamp it might get confused. Right, I'm using, sorry, 2 lots of watercolour pencils. So I've got Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Balmy Blue, which is actually quite blue, it's not as pale as Balmy Blue, and Early Espresso. And I'm going to be using 2 techniques, which is going to be more obvious on the Balmy Blue and, well, every colour except, oh no, it will be on the orange as well, the Pumpkin Pie as well. So my 2 techniques are, I'm not blending at all today, I'm just using the pencils as pencils. So my first technique is to actually do quite a definite colour. So this is definitely Pumpkin Pie. So I'll do all of the definitely Pumpkin Pie, and then I will show you what I mean by the other technique. Right, so the top of the camera. The camera is a bit of a strange colour, but for a camera, I mean, but hey, it's a fun, have a good journey, have a good trip card. So I'm comfortable with going with odd colouring. I'm going for bright, and then down at the bottom. So very definitely Pumpkin Pie, and then round the outside of this label and Then we're coming on to the first area that I'm going to use the different technique, and it's not really that much of a different technique, it's just don't press so hard and you get a much softer colour. So I'm really just touching the pencil to the paper and moving it around as opposed to putting any pressure on the pencil, and then you get two very distinct differences. So you get the really solid colour and then just a sort of hint. So this is the one that I do least in that technique. The Daffodil Delight's probably the most definite. So this is the, let's get right into getting some bright yellow down. It's much easier to get a lot of colour down when you've got a good point on your pencil. The best way to do that is to have a really good pencil sharpener, and then don't let anybody else walk off with it, because a good pencil sharpener makes all the difference. Otherwise you end up with a really well, quite often it's the pencil sharpener that will break the lead. I mean, not that it's lead, it's pigment, but you know what I mean. So yeah, a bad pencil sharpener is worse than no pencil sharpener at all, frankly. You're better off with a penknife, I think. So very solid yellow, and then for the rest of the suitcase I'm just going to do gentle, not really giving it any pressure at all. I'm just going over the same area a few times with a gentle pressure, and again, and this is where it's hopefully going to really show. Now it's going to be harder round the little luggage labels because obviously you want to get the colour even and you want to get into those edges. Easiest round the top and the side because we can go over the edge. Less straightforward down here, but just take your time and just add that colour, and you're just looking for a nice soft kind of primrose rather than daffodil yellow. And we're jolly nearly there. Oh, and then I need to do this label has a little sailing scene. So let me just show you what I've done so far. So this is very much more that primrose yellow. I'm just going to put the top light on and see if it makes, I think it makes me look a bit healthier, but possibly no, it doesn't make any other difference. Right, so on the little scene in here, I'm going to do bright yellow for the sun and pale yellow for the sun rays. And then I'm going on to my balmy blue, which, as I say, is a bit darker than balmy blue, but it's almost more Pacific Point. But it hasn't quite got the depth of Pacific Point. And of course, we do have a Pacific Point watercolour pencil. So this is just a bit lighter than that. And then light on the struts and on the wheels. And then on the water. And again, light on the label here. So that's where we've got to with this. And then I need some blue. We're going to go darker on the sides and there, and then lighter where the flash is and where the lens is. So these are darker, and then this I'm just going to have a hint of colour and a hint of colour. And then we've just got our early espresso, which is pretending to actually be crumb cake. So we want this to be very light. And because I've got quite a nice sharp point, I need to be even more gentle. And then the mast needs to be brown as well. And then top of the camera. And the luggage label. And that, oh no, the hillside. So the hillside I'm going to do a little darker. And that is all our colouring done. So let me just fold that. Grab a bone folder. I know I say it most weeks. You've got to have a good bone folder. It makes such a difference. So those are our 2 cards and our 2 envelopes. So let me bring in the stepped up versions, which you may have had a sneak peek of at the beginning. So this is my first version. So this uses the reverse of some of the peach paper, and I've forgotten what it's called. It's called You're a Peach. So this is the reverse of one of those, and it is balmy blue. So I've got balmy blue card coloured with Stampin' Right marker, no, not Stampin' Right markers, blends, and I've used Daffodil Delight, Balmy Blue, Pumpkin Pie, and Crumb Cake, which is hiding from me. So it is basically the same colours. I haven't added any extras, just stamped in Memento again at the top, and then I've added some of the blue adhesive backed gems, which are on the clearance rack, sorry, on the last chance list. So I can't remember if they're reduced. They might be, assuming they are still available, and I think they are, because one of my customers ordered some only a day or 2 ago. So just, yeah, see if you can get some of those. And then for my next version, where I have heat embossed my Bon Voyage, still got the You're a Peach Designer Series paper, but this time I've used one of the dies from the hand-penned dies, penned flowers more accurately. So it has this lovely scalloped stitched edge with it. So that's what I used for that. And then I know it wouldn't be me if I hadn't Fussy Cart. Oh, and this is on a piece of Balmy Blue. So this, I've covered the whole of the front of the card, and the die, if you're in a country that has international A4 paper, it just fits perfectly. You trim a little bit off at the bottom, but it is basically the right length. Obviously, if you're using North American letter, which is a bit shorter, you'll have no problem with it at all. But yeah, there you are. And again, we've got the gems in exactly the same places, but just tucked in a bit. So there you go. Those are my 3 projects for you. So we've got quick and simple, stepped up, and then stepped up again. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, as ever, give it a thumbs up, and if you don't already subscribe, you can do that by hitting the button in the bottom right hand corner. And then if you want to know when I post a video or go live, if you hit the alert bell, you'll get an email telling you that that is what has happened. Otherwise, you can you'll find it in your list of videos waiting to be viewed. Thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic weekend. Let me bring the camera up so that I can say goodbye properly. Oh, I've got light shining in. I'm going to have to pull the curtain across. But have a fantastic weekend. I hope you have reasonable weather wherever you are. I have a weekend of crafting with a group of people that I've crafted with twice a year for I don't know how many years, and actually we did more than that during lockdown. We just did it on Zoom, but we're getting together for the first time face to face. So while you're watching this, if you're watching it the moment it goes live, I'll still be in the car driving down because we're just outside London for the meetup. And yeah, I'm looking forward to 2 days of fun. We may not get that much crafting done, but we'll certainly get a lot of this going. So thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic weekend. thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Any questions or comments, leave those below the description bar, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye!